When I was in law school, all of the internships I had were at different prosecutors' offices across the state, and I loved everything about all of them that I had, so that's how I ended up doing this. I went to law school kind of on a whim, and when I went, I did not want to be a trial attorney. I didn't want to be in a courtroom. I wanted to do something like copyright law or something kind of behind the scenes. And I just kind of fell into, the first internship I ever had was at a city prosecutor's office in Cincinnati, and I loved it. The best thing about being a prosecutor in this division, the Child Protection Unit, is we see a lot of good things that come out of bad beginnings, and so we work with children that are being abused or not well taken care of, but we also see them reunited with their families, or we see them find safe, permanent places to stay, and so we get to see them have closure to that part of their lives, and I think we really benefit from seeing that as well. The hardest part about this job, again with the Child Protection Unit, is we see so many children that are being abused or in unthinkable environments and situations, and just the volume of that with so many children who are so vulnerable can be really difficult. But I think that also really motivates us to do the best on all the cases that we do get here so that we can help them be safe going forward. There are cases that stand out just because certain injuries that children have had that we have seen are, really unthinkable things that happen to, even babies. But one of them I have that stands out was a case that came in, and mom was involved in a domestically violent relationship, and the daughter was really suffering as a result of that, both as a victim and also the mental, kind of side effects from watching your mother be abused. Ultimately, that child ended up going to the legal custody of a relative, another family member. But I have run into them just out in the community on a couple of occasions, and they have approached me. They've recognized me, but they tell me how happy they all are and what a difference that case made. And even though it was hard, that they're doing well now. And it's nice to see, again, something that started out, difficult situation for that family. It is nice to see that the work that we do here is having a benefit and that people do well after they leave the court here. I think one of the biggest misconceptions would be that I think people have the perception that prosecutors have more control over different things, and so here we see a lot of cases where everybody kind of feels that something is going on, but maybe we don't have the evidence to prove that. I think that they have a misconception that we can go forward on a case with whatever you have, and that's not always the case. So, we don't get to control what the evidence is, and we have to work with what we have and what is brought to us. And so I think that there's a misconception that if we're not pursuing a case or doing it in a certain way, it's not because we don't care. It's just that sometimes it's difficult that you don't have what you need in order to do that.